Hi, this is Sonia. Welcome to my craft room library office. I wanted to show you how I have things set up and organized. So I think that what I'll do is give kind of a quick overview of the different sections, and then I'll go back and kind of open some of the containers and drawers and things like that. So right now, just getting a little shot all the way around the room. My room is in the front, so I have all the light. And I actually just reorganized my craft room. So after this sweep, I think I'll put in a picture of what it looked like at the beginning of the summer, because it was totally different. And then we decided that we were going to move. So we packed up a lot of our stuff. And then that fell through and we had to unpack. And during that, I decluttered a lot and moved a lot of things around. So that is the overview. Now I'm going to go back and show kind of section by section. All right, so over here is kind of my office section of the room. I have all kinds of things that I really love on this dry erase board magnet. I really only use it for the magnet portion. Some SVG printouts that I haven't put on a t-shirt or anything yet. Some prints that I made, that I purchased. I really love icons, so I've got some over there from my travels. And then I also have some over here. You'll see some more around the room. Here I have an over the door hanger, and in it I keep my headphones, I keep my nail polish and oils, some stuffed animals that I like, and all my baseball caps. And then I have a rolling cart. Here on the top is my printer scanner. In the middle there, I have some planners that I use, and then some 8.5 by 11 paper for printing. And then on the bottom, I have binders where I have all of our important paperwork, house paperwork, birth certificates, all that kind of stuff. And then I have 2 monitors in here. I have some Legos and things, decorations that I like over there. I really like Kuromi. I think this is Sleeping Beauty Lego. Behind my monitor, I have a jar full of all the extra diamonds from my diamond painting. Little light up keyboard and mouse. And then here is a look at that cart again. And then between the cart and the Alex drawers from IKEA, I think they're the Alex drawers, I have the computer tower and a bunch of cords and my seat cushion. And here in the drawers, I'll come back around and show what's in the different drawers at the end. And then this middle section here, that is just a bunch of the Scrapbook 12 by 12 totes, and in it the top 2 are kids paraphernalia that needs to be scrapbooked. And then I have collage ephemera, so just different stuff to make collages with. And then the bottom 3 are holiday specific, so Christmas stamps, Christmas paper, Easter stuff, holiday planners, different things like that. Here I have 2 totes full of scrapbook paper, mostly color, sorted by color, and also sorted by type. And then there's also some in there like, so in that one there's scrapbook paper for school birthdays, spring, St. Patrick's Day, etc. And this is a standing table, so underneath is actually my diamond paintings that I'm currently working on. So I think I have got 3 down there. And then on the Alex drawer is a tray that I use for diamond painting. I can show that at the end too. I have a light in between the monitors and then another light right here that I can just get a little bit more light over in what can be a dark corner. So that I would consider kind of my little office area. And of course, there's a chair that I moved out because it's just big and bulky. So I'm going to swing around over here. And this is more of a crafting space. So I have mats on there on top of the table. This side does not rise and lower. So underneath I have, actually that bin is full of art journaling supplies, mixed media. And then that box underneath is full of all of my old planners. And then I have a little desk footstool because I constantly am moving my feet around. I have another Alex drawer. This one has more of the crafting supplies in it, and I'll go through that at the end. And then over there, I have drawers. The top one has all the stuff that needs to get filed for scrapbooking later. And then in that middle one is all the Cricut stuff. So cut blanks, t-shirt blanks, things like that to make patterns on. The third one has my big swatches of fabric, or usually like a yard or more. And then that bottom one is just mostly plastic sleeves for scrapbooking paper. And then on top of my desk, I don't know that I really like those wire drawers where they're at. They're kind of new. I might move them. In the top one, I have quilting rulers and cutting supplies. And then the bottom one has some fabric scraps. And then over there is just some loose scrapbooking supplies like glue rollers, stamps, punches, bone folders, staplers, things like that. So that is my workspace. As you can see is kind of the library portion of the room. So I have the bookshelves that go all the way up to the ceiling. Everything is kind of categorized by type of book, and I could do another section on what I've got there. On the sides, those three tall ones, that's all books with just some keepsakes on the decorated around. And then the bottom two right here in the middle are full of old scrapbooks. Well, not old, but completed scrapbooks. So they actually have labels for the different years that they cover on the sides, and then that's across the bottom. And then the middle one are all like mini albums or mini scrapbooks that I made that really just cover either one season every year, or they covered one trip or something like that. And then on this side over here, I have some of my favorite books on that shelf. A little fall stuffy my mother-in-law gave me. And then this is right by the couch where I sit. So this has some of my cross-stitch supplies that I want close at hand. So right here in this pink basket, those are my whips, or work in progress whip. So those are the things that I'm actually working on when I sit down. So I've got like 5 of them in there. And then in the middle, I've got some more cross-stitch supplies. And again, I'll put those out at the end. And then the one on the right has actually some scrapbooking supplies. And then down at the bottom are empty scrapbooks or half-filled scrapbooks, and then 4 cases that I keep my pictures in. And then those binders have stickers, some stickers filed in them. So over here we have the work area. This is where I usually sit. Oh, I forgot to mention that I do have a TV up there that pivots, and so I usually have it turned so that I can sit at my couch and scrapbook. So over there I've got a pink Lowry that I hold my cross stitch in, and I've got a tablet holder where some of my digital patterns are displayed. There's also a light and a magnifier tucked back there. And then some of the books that I'm reading, or books that I really like, some more decorations. And then this is my couch. I'm going to try to move back some. All right, so that's my couch. I've got 2 cushions over here because these end cushions are so large, the Lowry stand couldn't reach across. So I just have a wedge pillow over there for kind of an armrest. I've got a blanket down on the couch because that's where the dogs sit, and sometimes when they're excited, they pee. This wall actually used to be covered with bookcases and shelving that I had all of the Harry Potter Legos on. I took those down when we were packing, and I haven't put them back up. I'm not sure if I'm going to put them back up or where I'm going to display them or what I'm doing with that wall. So right now that wall is kind of empty. Then we swing around over here to mostly scrapbook land. So I've got up there a bunch of empty scrapbooking bins on the top left. I have an old sewing box that I purchased that had old sewing supplies in it, notions, needles, and things. So in that one, I have the stuff that I don't really use that much. And then just some storage, Big Shot, cutting machine, ribbons on clothespins, diamond painting canvases that I haven't started yet, empty scrapbook albums, another tray for diamond painting. Then I have my silhouette and singer sewing accessories. And then that pink box right there in the middle is an old vintage sewing box I bought probably like 15 years ago. So that's what I keep most of the stuff in. I can open that later. Then I have right there in the middle my treats, little Debbie unicorns, sticks or something like that. Over here I have some more paper, cute and random paper, my wedding stuff that I still haven't scrapbooked, and then that flower box is full of my Filofaxes and other nice planners that I'm not currently using. Those white drawers right there, the top one has I don't have my glasses on, the plastic papers that you put papers in, and they're the plastic things you put papers in that are hole punched. The middle one has all kinds of jelly plate painted papers. And then the bottom one has a laminator. Of course, I have a laminator. And then this cart has more scrapbooking paper, some stamps. The middle drawer has Project Life, and the bottom sections are both full of notebooks because I have a notebook addiction. And then I've got 3 sets of these. And actually, when we thought we were moving, my daughter decided she didn't want hers. So I took it. I still need to take her Hello Kitty stickers off. And then, like I said, when I was decluttering and then doing some rearranging, I decided to move some of the drawers, and I haven't printed the labels for them yet. So that's the Hello Kitty Post-its. Then I have a shredder. And then over there is an over-the-door hanger for all my vinyls and things like that. So that is the very quick overview of my room. And right now I'm going to go back and kind of give a more detailed look. So stick around if you want to see that. If not, I just really wanted to show this room because I hadn't seen a lot of people who do both fiber crafts or needlework and also scrapbooking. People usually do one or the other. Also planners, and use it as their library. So I just wanted to show how I have tried to incorporate everything into just one room for the most part. I do have a bookcase in my bedroom. But yeah, so right now I'm going to go back through and start giving some detailed information about each section. All right, I think I'm going to try holding this and see if I can just not make people sick by moving it too much. So like I said, here is my printer scanner. And then down here are the planners that I'm using. So I've got a Power Sheets and then a couple others. Again, here I have 8.5 by 11 sheets for the printer. And then down here, just different books that I want to keep close, or family paperwork, budget information, things like that. Each of us has our own colored has our own colored folder right here. So sometimes I just throw stuff into there. And then up here on the table, I've got caffeine and some other information, some other items. That's where my phone usually sits. I have some pencils, scissors, lotion. This I just got when we were in Austin. It's a cup warmer. And I will raise my desk up right now so we can see kind of what's underneath. So, bye to my friends back there. So underneath here, I have some of the diamond paintings that I'm working on. I just kind of keep the plastic on them and just fold it over. And then these are the trays that I use. So I have 4 of them for diamond painting. So I put all my diamonds into these little bins. And I label them with a Sharpie, whatever they are, off. And so each tray holds enough for 1 or 2 diamond paintings. I think this one actually happens to hold 2 smaller ones. So here in my drawers, this one I have different pens sorted by type for the most part. So like Sharpies and felt tips. These are like microns, so a lot thinner. Pencils, well, I guess this is actually pretty mixed up. That's because I ordered several packs from ordered several, and you get I get the mixed bag. So some of them I haven't really quite put away yet, and then I have a bunch of sticky notes here. I will put a link press below. In here, I keep some treats that I hide from my children, some bigger Sharpies, a couple of washi tapes, and then in here is stuff that I need to deal with. So checks that need, bills that need to be paid, videos that need to be added, things like that. Down here is kind of not a junk drawer, but a little bit of a junk drawer. So here I have some larger Erin Condren planners. Mostly they're undated ones, the smaller versions. And then I have some Post-it note packs and notepads that I use. And then in here are some little trinkets that I had on my desktop, and I'm not sure if I'm going to put them back because of the sit stand feature. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to stick them. And then in here I have stickers that I've purchased, and I actually just bought some sticker paper, so I'm going to put those in a binder. And then over here I have some pins, and what I do with pins is I use my Dremel and kind of drill the back off them to use as needle minders for cross stitch and embroidery. So these are ones that I just haven't done yet. Like I said, I have a notebook addiction, so I've got some more notebooks back there. Over here I have things for my purse, so like extra chapsticks, extra hairbands, a tiny nail polish. And then over here is stuff that would kind of go in like a commonplace journal that I haven't really started yet, but so that's kind of my organized junk drawer. And then, well, this one might be more of a junk drawer. So back there I have some cards, decks of cards, my glitters, all my loose glitters, and then here I have all my marquee letters and fonts. And then here I have like headphone instructions, more headphone instructions, gift cards. I accidentally bought an iPad stylus, but that didn't work with the iPad. And then I have a box full of clips and binder clips and things like that. Planner punch for Filofaxes or 6-hole ring things. And then down here is kind of the card section. So cards that I've purchased, cards that I've made. So they're all here if I need to send a card. And then these are a bunch of my smaller stamps. Mostly like planner stamps or very small card stamps. The larger ones are on a different card. And then like I said, so over here I've just got mostly stuff that I don't need all the time, but you know, why I have it right in front of me when I'm at the desk is probably not the greatest idea. That bin actually has all my trip ephemera that needs to get scrapbooked. And yeah, so I am going to move down. All right, so I've moved down and moved a couple things out. So here is where I keep my laptop and my sewing machine pedal, and I moved the footrest. So in this box, I have all my old planners and planner inserts. And then this pink bucket here has not all my mixed media stuff, but I guess like the notebooks and papers I use for mixed media. So some of them are mostly worked on, some of them still have pages, and then over here are all the like, so these are like the bigger size notebooks, and then over here are like the smaller sized notebooks and things. I guess like half page size. So that goes there. And then up here is another set of markers and pens. So over here I have like distress markers and distress pens, or crayons I should say, the distress crayons, and anything that's kind of like that that you can move around. I also have some of the Wink of Stella brushes, glitter. I also have all my Zig Clean Color markers here, and then some other markers over there. I have some more of the adhesive for scrapbooking. These are some scrapbooking tools or just crafting tools. So spatula, a couple spatulas, little hammer, syringe, things like that. Here are my big brush markers, as well as some, I can't remember, opaque paint markers. And then here are all like jelly rolls or glitter pens. And here is a little mini vacuum. It's perfect, especially for after I do my nails and there's little like dust everywhere. So that I keep right there. Okay, the second one I got to be careful with. It's my diamond painting one. So I have all my diamond painting tools, extra of the tack, clips to hold things. I have all my trays, all my different handles. And then this is, let me see if I can get it out. So this was pretty cool, but it spills if I move it too much, so I gotta be careful. So this you can leave on your desk and then just keep all your boats out with your diamonds. That way you don't have to put them away every time, but they're also, you know, kind of secured and they mostly don't fall out. So that's nice when I'm working on something large. And then back there is just more extras, diamond painting extras. In here is most of my dip nail stuff. So like I said, it's all glitter. I think I don't have very much that isn't glitter. So yeah, most of my dips came from Designer Dips or Paramount. I will put links to them. I also have, so when I'm doing my nails, I put this up here and pick something out, and then this is where I keep all my tools. So brushes, things like that. Back here are my just like Amazon purchased dips, so nothing special. You know I had to make my own little one of these. So yeah, here you can see that like everything I have is glitter. And then I have my drill and some extras, and then I use Joya Mia. So this little tub goes up on the table while I'm doing it, and then these are some extra refills I have. This one is a lot of Cricut stuff, so my Cricut Joy, my little iron thing, little tools and spatulas. And then down here is some of the mixed media stuff. So like jars for water, my cloths for wiping my fingers, and then just a few different medias, a few different gessos and glues, a lot of like sprays. So just if I wanted to make something quick, I've got enough to just make something quick here. I use ice cube trays for mixing. This is a blow gun, heat gun to dry the paint. Here's an extra Lowry stand. And then I went through pretty much all of that. This up here is some stickers. I haven't figured out how to organize my stickers. I don't know what to do. So I just shoved them under there, and then an extra printer. And then I will move down. All right, I will go through this section pretty quickly. Maybe I'll do a separate one for my library or my books. Over here, I've got a bookbinding press and a frame for a bigger cross stitch or quilting, and just some extra large notebooks and scrapbook books. Over here, this section is all my books that I can cut up for collaging or mixed media or anything like that. I've got a Harry Potter shelf, nonfiction over there, like Christian women section. This is my Russian fiction section. Up there is Russian literature, and then up there is Russian, not totally Russian, but mostly Russian spy stuff. And then I have folktale, fairy tale stuff. Over here, I've got this series. I've got Shadow and Bone over there. These are some of my favorites. Over here, I have my Lee Bardugo section. Of course, you know, Sarah J. Maas section. This I talked about before is my Baba Yaga section. And then the Mina Lima Harry Potter books. I think the third one comes out next month. These are my smaller scrapbooks, like I said, so like this one is just about going to DC. This one is just pictures of my daughter as a baby. So just little either events or each holiday, just keep adding to it. And then these are the bigger scrapbooks going all the way back to 2000, I think, are these. Maybe 1998. All right, then these are some of my favorite books. Oh, up here, this I didn't have turned on, but it's a water, like a waterfall that comes out of the mushroom and it changes color. So that's very nice and relaxing. Over here, I have some more snacks for when I'm sitting in my chair. I have the remote to the light and the remote to the TV, some highlighters. And then in these, this one is broken, but these are all just divided by sections. Actually, I'm going to grab both of these and bring them over to the desk, so hang on. All right, so this one has like scrapbooking supplies, not supplies, scrapbooking items. So in here I've got some paper flowers as well as small stickers that I used to use in my planners. And then in here I have chipboard, some Heidi Swap, some is that Heidi Grace, I think. In here I have buttons, sequins, glittery stuff. And then in here is more of the same designers, some of them, but not chipboard. Well, these are chipboard, but, and then metal items that I used to use in my planners, and then some tiny file folders. And up here I have some glue, more glue. These are Doodlebug stickers that I refuse to use because they are the cutest things ever. So I just keep them here and look at them. Here I have some corner rounders, little cutters, little distress things. Here, staplers, staple remover. Here I have some stamped acrylic blocks, some credit cards for spreading paint around, alcohol wipes, and then over here I've got a hole puncher, more staples, and another corner rounder. All right, and then this is my, I guess, cross-stitch embroidery little bin that I keep right next to me. So the top one has small hoops and then reading glasses for if I want to use it to see better if I don't feel like pulling over the magnifying thing. Currently, this is what I'm keeping my floss on. So these are all DMC in order. And then these are all my fancy floss these are all the ones that are not kitted up. And since I keep most things kitted up, these are mostly just extras. Well, speaking of extras, these are the extras. So these are things that are already on this. They're just backup. And then this is my preparation for making these floss drops or whatever you want to call them. So these I purchased from Atomic Heart, I think. I'll put a link down below. And then she didn't have this color anymore. So now what I do is I just have the normal, like really thin plastic bobbins. And I use this hole puncher from We Are Memory Keepers. I can put a link below, but so I just put, I can't remember if it already has a hole at the bottom, but I put a hole at the bottom, and so everything that's down here is a full 6 strand like it comes, and then everything on the side is something that I've taken a piece out of. So for example, if I can find one, so here is number 721. So this section down here are full 6 strand flosses, and then this one looks like it's got maybe like 2 or 3. And then this is what I'll use when I take a strand out to sew with, and then go from there. So I've got my hole puncher. I actually, for the fancy flosses that come on cardboard, I do the same thing. Put a hole at the bottom if it didn't already have one, and then a hole at the side for the pieces like this. And then so that they don't get ripped when I'm pulling it out, I actually have transparent circle reinforcers. So I put that on all three holes on the front and the back. And then I keep in here extra scissors for cutting it, more circles for when I kit. I have white bobbins, and now I have pink bobbins, and Sharpies for writing on the bobbins. So that is kind of the kit that I use when I am getting new threads. All right, so over here, these 4 boxes just have photos in them by year for scrapbooking, and then some empty scrapbooks, and then the binders have some stickers in them, but I don't know what I'm doing with the stickers. And then I have one game down here, a marble game. And then here is where I keep, so this is the larger ones. Here is where I keep the works in progress or whips. I was working on Harvest in the living room, so that's why that's not there, but I just keep them here. This is my cat tablet cover. And then in the back, I have extra scissors, extra needles, and then like go bags for when I go somewhere else. Then I've already got it ready to go. So this is how I would normally sit in my chair. So I will put my embroidery hoop in here. This is a Lowry stand in pink. And then I just have some magnets where I hold my needles and needle threader, and then some magnets. And then I bought this tray to go on a microphone stand. So what I do with it is I keep this little box here, and I take the box down, and inside is my little jar and some glasses, some scissors, some needles, so anything I would need. And then it just stays on the tray right there. And then when I'm done, I just put it up there so the dogs don't get it. Here is a light with a magnifying thing if I need it, but recently I've just started using my glasses. And then back there, I just have a magnet board pin Velcro to the bookcase, and then that holds more needle minders and more magnets and more needles and pins and things like that. So I don't usually have to get up too much when I'm sitting here. And then I also have this arm that holds my tablet where I keep my digital patterns. Also, right here, I've got a clock, so I know what time it is and how late it's getting. Like I said, usually my TV is angled out so I can watch it from here. Then I've got some books that I'm reading, and then I have this light. It's very bright, so it lights up the whatever I'm working on right here. And then usually the dogs are right here, but they're locked up because they're whiny. All right, let me move that tripod and move around. All right, so over here is mostly scrapbooking stuff. I mean, everything is kind of all over the room, but so up here I have some stuff that needs to get scrapbooked. These are the unicorn cakes. They're amazing. I hide them here and most of the time forget about them. In here is all my Filofaxes. I can show them to you if you want. Sheet protectors. That's what those things are. So this has sheet protectors and some dividers. In here is like stuff that I've painted or mostly jelly printed. I don't know what to do with all this. I really enjoy doing it, but I don't use it all. And then a laminator. And then here is just more scrapbooking stuff, some more stickers, my cowboy hat, and then these are like bigger stamp sets that I probably wouldn't use for a planner. And then down here, this tray I use when I'm painting my nails, when I'm doing the dip painting. Back there I have some Project Life cards and then some more sticker books. And then in here I have some notebooks, but these are mostly cardboard or plastic things that I would use for making the mini scrapbooks. And then down here is just tons and tons of notebooks, and they're all empty because I have a notebook problem. And then down there is a dog treat thing. All right, so right now this one's empty. This one currently has all my fabrics sorted by Ada, Lugana, and linen. I don't love this system, but that's just what I have right now. This is my decoy floss for when the kids ever think that they want to do cross stitch, then I can give this to them. And actually, my son did want to, so I bought some plastic canvas for him. In here is just some extra office supplies, notebooks, more pens, Sharpies. In here is some quilting supplies. In here are some embroidery supplies and embroidery kits. Some that I've worked on, some that I haven't. Down here are diamond painting canvases that I mostly use these for when I'm like trying to convince someone to do diamond painting. Then I take these little kits and try to get them to convert. So these aren't canvases that I would work on. These are ones I give away to convince people. And then these are all my extra little trays for the diamond painting things. This is the one that burned me out on diamond painting. So it was Luna, and the size was 70 centimeters by 70 centimeters. So huge. I actually took it to work because I didn't have anywhere to hang it in my house. And now they have to look at it. And they love it. All right, so over here, this is where I've got all my project bags and then also some plastic organization. I used to sort my washi by cool and warm colored, but in the declutter, I got rid of a whole drawer's worth. So now this is just what I'm left with after making people take stuff home with them when they visited. In here, I have my stencils for the jelly plate painting. My gel plates are actually somewhere else. In here is all my extra glue and adhesives, Mod Podge, things like that. in here. I actually got rid of a lot of paint, went through and took out everything that was dry, and then also my daughter took a bunch. So this is a lot less than I used to have. But these are the neutral paints. These are the cool colored. These are the warm colored, and some overflow from the watercolor and colored pencil section. So these are all my watercolor stuff. Then in here, I have sticker paper and t-shirt making supplies, puff paint. Here, I have punches and eyelet making supplies. I'm gonna move this. All right. In here, I have extra nail stuff, so just different supplies. I take all of my dip powder out of the containers it comes in and put them in the pink containers because I'm a crazy person. In here I have my book binding supplies, beeswax, fibers. In here is kind of a junk drawer. Let's see what it says. Distress kit, photo fuse, heat holder, foil, clothespins, and foam brushes. Down here I have extra small printers and cords for the Cricuts. Down here I have what's left of my stamping supplies. Most of my pads that I had in here had dried out, so this is what's left. And then down here I have rubber stamps. Let's see, going up. So these bins I actually got from a scrapbook store in Maryland. I purchased them from them and then kind of sorted out some of the papers that didn't go elsewhere. This is my sewing machine. Of course, it's pink. This is not the vintage Singer that I purchased. And then I have some, these are like fat quarter or smaller fabrics. It's my sewing box, Singer supplies, silhouette, more Project Life. These are water coloring books, adult coloring books, some canvases to paint, and just like different random supplies. And then over here are my vinyls. And I think that is the room. So let me know if you want to see anything else close up or like a deep dive into them. I'll do a library one later, but thanks for sticking around and watching.